Welcome to the Accent Training Podcast, where I teach you to harness the sounds of the American accent. I want you to have full confidence in your speech that your message will be received as intended. My name is Pat. I'm from Canada. I live in Mexico, and I teach the American accent. And I'm on vacation this week, folks. I'm taking it easy. Some family has come on down here to Mexico to visit me, and we are off having fun at this very moment. And so this is a pre-recorded episode, which is not going to be too long, but it's going to focus on one specific difficulty that a lot of folks face. And this difficulty is the difference between two words. The words nature and natural. Nature, natural. Now, nature, of course, is referring to the world around us. We are a part of nature. We try to pretend like we're not, but we are nature. However, in modern society, we think of ourselves as above nature, and so we often refer to nature as the trees and the mountains and the wilderness, where the animals live, and where there's lots of bugs and mosquitoes. When we think of nature, that's often what we think of. Forests, trees, rivers. Maybe snakes. I don't like snakes. Now, nature is a noun, but what word do we use if we want to talk about things coming from nature? Well, then we say natural. Natural. Notice the difference in the sound here. I'm not giving it an A, like I do in the word nature, A, but natural is getting an A sound. Natural. An adjective to describe something that comes from nature. Natural. Nature, natural. Nature reserve, natural resource. Become one with nature in your natural habitat. So nature has a tense A, natural has a wide A. Nature has a tense A, natural has a wide A. Nature is a noun, natural is an adjective. Now, what about the adverb form, naturally? Naturally. Describing the impact that nature has on our actions. Naturally. This is our instinct. It's what we naturally do. Or we use this to say that something is expected. It's the way it's supposed to happen. So you can either have naturally curly hair. Like myself, I naturally have very curly hair. If it grows long, it looks like a clown. Naturally curly hair. My hair comes from nature. Or as something that's expected. Naturally, I hope things turn out well. Naturally, I imagine you're going to study. So if we put naturally at the beginning of a sentence, it's like saying, I expect this. And that is the main thing that I want to discuss today. Nature, natural, naturally. Nature, natural, naturally. Nature uses a tense A, natural uses a wide A. Naturally also uses a wide A. Nature, natural, naturally. Now, some of you may be listening and may be thinking to yourselves, why is he even talking about this? This is so obvious. But you know what? It's not. I have had a lot of students mix these words up. And when they see the word natural they'll say natural. And then when they see the word nature, they'll say nature. And I know that there are folks listening who are getting some real value here, catching the difference between the ah and a sounds. Now, if you are someone who says to yourself, hey, I hear the difference, but how do I make that difference? Maybe now that's your next question. Now that you're aware of it, you're thinking, what do I do to make that happen? Well, you look in the description of this episode, my friends. You look in the description of this episode and you open up the link that I have put there for you, which will bring you to the tense A sound, the sound that goes A. You listen to it, you complete the exercises that I've provided, and then you put a big smile on your face because you know that you've done something good for yourself. Once you've done that, you think to yourself, I want to take this further. I want to know the wide A. I want to know the difference between the tense A, like A, and the wide A, like ah. And so you know what you'll do at that point, my friends? You are going to return back to the description of this episode where you'll find another link to a podcast episode made by myself covering the wide A sound, like ah. Now, will your English be understood if you mix up these words? Yeah, people are going to understand you. Of course, Americans will know what you're saying. It's a very easy mix-up. Anybody that you make that mistake with will sympathize with you. But my students are ambitious. My students are folks who want to be more than just understood. They want to have a natural flow. They don't even want the question, where are you from, to pop up into conversation. And that's why I'm happy to tell you the difference between nature and natural. And that's our lesson for today, my friends. Continue to boost your English development through this podcast and take these new sounds into your daily life and decide for yourself how your English is going to be understood. Have a good one, folks.